So, for those that don't know, Chenin Blanc is really famous in South Africa. It obviously started in the Loire.
Yep.
And then taken over to South Africa, and it's become really their national grape, hasn't it?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Its history really is rooted in France.
Yeah.
But South Africa has massive plantations of Chenin Blanc, and at one stage had almost absurd levels of Chenin Blanc, and they've had to cull that back. A lot of it was going into distillation, but they've learnt what they can do with it. So it's interesting. There was a conversation that I picked in about a week or two ago with my colleague in South Africa, Michael Frijon, and he was talking about what is South Africa's pathway to the future, and we're all looking for that edge. We're all looking for what's going to give us a competitive advantage or something unique that people will aspire to get involved in. And he believes, and I think it's a great suggestion or a great ideal, is South Africa's old vine stocks are quite big.
Mm-hmm.
So an old vine being, vines that are 30, 40, 50-year-old, they're no longer trellised. They're bush vine. They're small yield, super highly concentrated wines, and the product that you get out of that is just mind-blowingly rich. But not only mind-blowingly rich, it's so concentrated that its ageability is phenomenal.
Yeah. Is this an old vine Chenin Blanc? No. Okay.
I'm not actually too sure about the longevity of these vines, but the cool thing about this wine is this is made by one of these young guns. We've got a couple of young guns in the stable, and we love really getting in and supporting these young guys.
Yeah.
This is a winemaker by the name of Martin Lamprecht. See, I did it, Lamprecht.
So impressed.
And his vineyards are located in the Swartland region, and Swartland's very trendy. It's very buck the trend. It's very, we will do things our way.
Because I think, from my knowledge, that's more of the bigger region, like the more mass production region of South Africa.
It's north of Cape Town, north of Stellenbosch, north of Paarl. It's the more dry and arid region. At one stage, it had a lot of bulk production, but that was quite a long time ago, and there's still probably bulk production there. The riverland, for want of a better word, of South Africa is more the Breda River, which is towards the east of Stellenbosch and Franschhoek area, where there's plains, large plains, and the flat plains are where they do the bulk wines, and then on the hills they'll do more the fine wine production because you can get the climatic
obviously
variation.
The slope's good.
Yeah.
So this is from that
Swartland.
So but what sort of climate is that there?
So it verges on coastal and Mediterranean.
Because it's down, because it's got that.
So you'll get coastal influences because you've got I should know what the seas are. I think it's the Atlantic. I can't remember. It's been that long.
I reckon.
And so you get the Atlantic moderation. So you get the cool climate or the cool winds coming in to moderate climate.
Sure.
But then you've got your distance inland. So you've got that Mediterranean. So hot days, cool nights. Yeah. And then a lot of mountains. So the mountains trap in that air, and you get all the little mesoclimates in the bits and pieces, and then you can do really cool things. And this guy's doing cool stuff.
Awesome. Tell us about this guy. Marras.
No airs and graces. It's sort of shorts and t-shirt. Doesn't matter if it's winter or summer, I would assume, from the videos I've seen of him. He's a great guy. He likes getting in. He believes in the soil. Let the wine talk for itself. Minimal intervention winemaking.
Love it. Very trendy right now too.
Yeah, but they're not verging on that obscure sort of orangey regime. Let's have a look at the wine so I can refresh the mind.
Yeah, this is so aromatic, like super aromatic. This pops out of the glass.
And again, concentrated. Super concentrated, rich and not unctuous, but it's linear. There's so much acid going in there. There's so much rich, ripe, sweet fruit. This is a classic Chenin. And what I mean by classic Chenin is if you sit back in the mouth, you get that honeyed flavors coming through. And I should be spitting this, but there you go. I'm not going to spit this one.
You don't want to spit it. The acidity is amazing, right? The acidity is outstanding.
So this wine, it was left for 4 hours on its skins just to give it a little bit of a boost. And then it's used a combination of barrel and tank fermentation. And it's matured on the lees for 6 months.
I was going to ask if you had lees contact, because it's got that creaminess coming through as well.
$20.
Shut up.
$20.
Shut up.
$20.
That is wild.
Yeah.
People, like the finish, it's like I can still taste it. How long? You spoke for 15, 20 seconds, and I can still taste
4
it.
minutes.
It's not, look, it must be good. That really over-delivers.
Yeah. And all of his wines do the same. So there's another Chenin, which comes, so this is from the Swartland region, and then just into and around the Swartland region is quite a mountainous slope, and it's called Picanierskloof. And we've got a Chenin from Picanierskloof, and then he does It's sort of the Beaujolais style he's into in his
Oh,
reds.
I
So
love
he does
it.
a Beaujolais style Pinotage, a Cinsault, a Grenache, and a
You're gonna have to
Shiraz
send me a bunch of
Cinsault
his stuff.
blend. And they're all $20.
You have to send me some of this stuff. Like, this is really good. These are really good, easy drinking, nothing pretentious.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good introduction to Chenin Blanc too.
It's a great introduction, and we've got a stable of Chenin Blancs.
Yeah.
But it was really about highlighting, again, the small guys
Yeah.
in the portfolio. We've got some cool ones. The previous one, the Fondling, their Chenin's $16 or $15, and it
But
just
that's wild
punches
to me
so
that it's
way
so
above.
cheap.
Yeah.
Like, how are they? Like, so that's the thing. Again, it's underrated because
Best kept secrets of the wine world,
I'm
Ange.
telling you, I agree, and that's why I really wanted you on the show today,
Yeah.
because I think that there is a market out there of people who are drinking really bad, cheap Australian wine, or like cheap French wine, when they could be going to South Africa,
And
supporting a country that needs it.
Absolutely,
by the way,
at the moment,
at the
absolutely.
moment, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
and
always, but especially at the moment.
especially at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone knows, but during the last 3 months, you know, this country wasn't even allowed to sell it domestically. Like,
Yep.
they weren't allowed to sell their wine, so they're about to lose over 100 wineries.
Potentially with COVID, yeah.
It's terrible. So you can go out and buy beautiful products like this that are really well produced, textbook perfect if you're learning about this varietal.
Yep.
But just like this, I don't know, it's really lovely. You got not oaked, like, it's just really easy drinking, lovely. Like, all that honeysuckle, all that fresh acidity. All the
It's
beautiful
all
fruits
there,
that come
yeah.
with Chenin. I'm very impressed with that.
Honey, and honey.
Honey,
I
lots of
can
honey.
never get past the honey.
I know, it's just honey. I
Honey.
know. But there's lots of fruit as well. That's lovely. But just to
Yeah.
finish, a great food wine.
And again, they're doing cool things here with innovation. Going back to that old vine story, one of our producers, or the ones in our portfolio, Stellenrest, do a barrel fermented Chenin,
Yep.
which you've had.
Yep. I think I did.
At the Global Fine Wine
That's
Challenge.
right.
But they leave a slight bit of botrytis
Ooh.
into the mix, and you just get this amazing wine. It just lifts it, and it's unlike any other Chenin you've had, and you go, well, it's a memorable wine. You never
That's
forget
awesome.
it. So, yeah.
That's really
So
cool.
we're doing cool stuff.
That's
So
awesome. I love
yeah.
that. Thank you so much for sharing that
Don't
one.
knock that over.
No, I don't want to do that.